Hello. I forgot to connect one of my cable. So, welcome to the stream. Today we have late night talk, which becomes morning talks, because I don't want to miss some days in my stream schedule, and still making it every day, happening every day. Even sometimes distance between stream is more than 24 hours. So it's basically my stream for yesterday, but it's still morning, so I assume it's still fine. So on the stream we talk about multiple things. In last streams, of course, it mostly about AI advancement, and we reviewing AI news and sometimes trying something. But sometimes we switch to some human problems, to some social events, to political situation everywhere, including Ukraine-Russia war, and yeah, all the war tensions about it. Yeah, so let's get started. Today is really sunny, which is very strange in my state and this time of year. It's sunny here only in summer, and normally it's very cloudy, rainy, but it's a few beautiful days, and I'm really going to enjoy this day today. And it just reminds me how beautiful nature is, and how beautiful laws it created, and how in how beautiful world we are living all together. And I truly believe we came into this world not to create wars, or not to make not to hurt any other people, not to just make money and tricking other people into like bankruptcy and something else. But we came here for beautiful lessons of life, and to learn how to love, how to create beautiful things, how to be kind, how gain wisdom, and so on. So with that said, let's get started. And basically, last few days we haven't looked at the recent AI news, and it was maybe not the best thing we can do. So I believe we could return to that very quickly, just to see if we haven't missed anything. Yesterday, yesterday, we talked about some other ways of GPT 4.5. Everyone said it's the smartest model ever. Maybe let's switch search off, because for example, previous answer about strawberry, how many are in word strawberry, even we did a mistake, and it was total 4 letters. It's count as 3 letters because it's immediately fixed that word and found it somewhere. Of course, if we go here, we see that it find on decimal on Reddit. But if for just a case, let's start a new chart. Let's make sure that we haven't include and let's see if it will answer. So you see, without search, that model, it's very silly in very basic mathematical questions. So, and as we saw recently, when we tried to talk slightly about politics, of course it's very hard to call this model unbiased. So it's learned on very cleaned data which show main trend of the past years, and that trend, of course, not always was about truth. It was about what most political parties, leaders, and media want us to believe. So no major outbreak in here in this model in most places. Of course, maybe let's just see. I had my previous stream, and basically my previous stream provided not a very cool title, I believe, for the stream, because it's, let's look reveal in. Okay, no, we have everything here. So my tool, which is on GitHub, available on GitHub for free, it's under MIT license, and the tool alone you. Oh, by the way, let's start our chatbot. So let's start our chatbot, which can be started by executing stream. It will find current stream ID on my channel, and it will start two separate applications. One is a chatbot AI agent. Here it is. Why it's AI agent? Because it constantly verifies the chat for any new messages, and once there are any new message, it do a chain of decisions. It will decide if it check if it's fine for moderation, from moderation point of view. If it's fine, then it try to think, okay, should I announce it for my stream host or not, or keep silent? Then it decide, should I reply to that message or not? And if it decided to reply, it also decide, but it's very generic thing, which tools it could use, and if he ever need to use any tools to reply. And tool, previous streams, access to past stream, it could be access to generic stream information. Of course, I'm also starting here whisper tool, local whisper. Okay. Let me check if you have returned. So looks like it was some surprise from my computer. Let me try to go back to my screen. I need to restart everything. But yeah, let's go to our YouTube helper and call stream once again. It will send the same message into the stream about the chatbot, but I think it's fine. And let's see if it will work with the local whisper once again. What was the issue here? Okay. My chatbot working better than local whisper for sure, which is very nice. Okay, it says that, okay, it's getting the file, and looks like it's starting real-time transcription. Is it a real-time transcription just to allow streamer and viewer? Okay, interesting that it doesn't show anything. It should listen to my microphone, but maybe it's some issues with that. I'm not sure. Let's wait slightly. Let's test my chatbot, and let's try to start my browser. Let's try to restore our pages.
Hello, streamer and viewers. Have a nice day.
And try to restore my channel, my instance of browser for Romantic Developer. And I think here we are. So no live stream still. Let's just try to finish it. Live transcribe. Sleep for 1000 interrupts. Maybe some issues with some drivers. I'm not sure. It's never happened before. Let's try to execute it once again. Live transcriber pi. Okay, it identified my graphic card and my laptop. I'm thinking if I do more tests with AI, of course I need to have a separate machine for that and use my laptop to remote desktop to that machine, because otherwise most probably, I mean, AI is so compute intense that if I'll do just on the everything on the same machine like I'm doing right now, of course it can create a lot of issues. So at least we see something is started now. Yeah, it's some delays, maybe more than 5 seconds. I believe up to maybe okay, maybe about 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. But it will be the context which we will send along with user questions in the chat. So the system will know what streamer is talking about and what he is doing and the topic we discussing. So it will allow to provide better responses to the user questions or everything else in the chat. Our chat is not super busy right now, but we've seen that it could be pretty helpful when we have some questions, of course. So yeah, I'm doing some cleaning on my desktop, and here we are. So what we will do today, as I said before, let's try to see some recent AI news. And when I talk about recent AI news, let's find my latest prompt. So, and here is my latest prompt. Let's start with DeepSeek. I love DeepSeek. I love multiple systems, but recently it's shown that it's not doing very good with search capability. So its search is not available for everyone. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just more accounts. Let's just change the date to March 1st. And we are looking for news from March 1st. We include search capabilities. So let's see if it was able to find any recent AI news. Previously, it did it. It did it not as cool as OpenAI models, but I still liking it because it provided us some different set of news. So you see, let me check if the current day is actually 2023. All right, the current day is 2023. So looks like again it doesn't have search capabilities. We don't see it immediately, but we can understand it from the way it's thinking. And of course, right now it will provide us some possible news from 2 years ago, which is not so helpful. With ChatGPT, it could be much more interesting. Let's try use new ChatGPT 4.5 for that, and we of course will choose that it should use the search over the news, but also, yeah, it's very expensive model. It's so nice that we can use it for free, in our test. And let's use here new chat, and let's use O3 mini high with search capabilities and ask the same question. It's interesting if it's returned the same set of news or not. Also, we are asking the same questions sometimes from model with deep research enabled. It doesn't matter what we choose here, because when we choose deep research, it will fall back to some model of O3, which is nice call. And from past time, we also use some grok. Let's try to use it once again. We don't have anything else except that, and it's here. Nice. It's allowed to do as deep search on beta. It wasn't available for me before. Don't have any grok X plans or grok plans, so let's try that as well. So let's return to GPT 4.5. It's the fastest response because it doesn't do any reasoning, and it says that in enhanced accuracy. OpenAI unveiled GPT 4.5 advanced version with language model, and it's provide some news with highlighting the sources. And what is good about it, because it's show exactly to the new source. We see that hallucination before from all the models, including Grok, ChatGPT, and everything other, that they're not very correct with their news. OpenAI partnership with Chip Ganassi Racing, motorsport industry. Okay, it also looks like in good reliable source. Amazon introduced Alexa Plus with generative AI. You know, I'm Prime members at Amazon and I need to check it. I don't have a lot of Alexa devices. I have more Google devices. But yeah, it's interesting. So probably I can even try it in my Amazon app if it will be available. But from other side, as I'm not mistaken, it should be delivered near end of March. So not right now. Concerns over AI impact on creative industries. Okay, we heard about it. It even shows that it's from February 28, but actually those concerns are from before, from big before. Big tech AI investments boom raises economic concerns. Warns that the current 340 billion investment surge in AI by tech giants could lead to a significant economic downturn, reminiscent of past bubbles. And I would agree with them, because right now what we see is that there are a lot of noise around AI, around current capabilities and everything, but actually AI could hardly replace humans on many works where you need some creativity and brain, you know. Of course, it could be packaging robots, but for example, it could be first level of client support, because many questions to client support are pretty dumb. But of course, like it says, it could replace developers. And no, I use all that modern, not all, but some modern systems, starting from Copilot, Claude Code, and others, and I see that it's doing not so good with complex code. At least it of course could create something simple, like simple website, but come on, simple website you can create for quite a big time, a lot of time. You don't need any special developers for that. You can use some website constructors and so on. Okay, China advised AI leaders to avoid US travel, which could be okay, because you know about Pavel Durov, who was CEO of Telegram, and it was kind of pretty open and free platform to expose your own thoughts and how you see the things. Of course, many countries want to close multiple Telegram channels because they wrote something they don't like, and others said, okay, it used for, I don't know, child porn traffic or something like that. And since every system can be used for that, there are no restrictions. You can send any file through any system, and system filter cannot get inside this file, especially if it will be like encoded or specially protected, password protected. So of course it's not only Telegram thing, but yeah, it was widely used to, like, for free speech. And he got arrested in France when his fly jet yeah, land just for refueling on his way back to his current home, Saudi Arabia, and he was arrested, and the order for his arrest was issued like 10 minutes before aircraft landed. So of course I understand why China said, please don't travel to United States. United States can do similar things in this era because it's our current AI is our current battlefield between countries, of course. OpenAI expands Sora video AI tool, extended the availability of its IDEO beyond the United States and planned to integrate it into ChatGPT. Of course, we saw the most recent WEN 2.1 model, and it was fantastic, and it can be executed even on weak computers like mine. Of course, it haven't created a very cool video quality, but anyway, it's free. It's free of charge, and you can generate clips on your own. Let's see. So O3 Mini, of course, did different priorities. So the first priority is China advise AI leaders to avoid. Of course, OpenAI partnership with Chip Ganassi Racing in motorsport venture. Maybe it's cool. I'm not about looking in more details. Maybe I'm not a fan of motorsports, but maybe it will, yeah, will pass to our bright future. Who knows? Sometimes some unexpected thing can lead to some major, could be treated as major events in history if you look it from future, but I don't see its event worth reading right now. OpenAI launched GPT 4.5 with fewer hallucination. We saw that, yeah, we saw that. The model still silly. OpenAI plans to integrate video tools or in ChatGPT, okay. Generative, okay. Global AI government rift. UK and US refuse to sign AI summit declaration, which is okay because it's different, not only in UA race, in multiple things. The United States and UK and Europe even see differently what you call peace. One say you should fight until the last Ukrainians or until Ukraine will win Russia by military way, which is the biggest nuclear powered country, and the United States right now is much more, yeah, it has friendship with common sense now, and there is called peace situation when people stop killing each other and stop where they are and then start negotiation. So I like in that case United States more, and I like its position in AI race as well, because it's again it's closer to common sense. I don't say I like everything about it, but overall I like it more. 9.11 more than 9.9, like ChatGPT 4.5 says. Maybe it's not true, but it's my vision right now. Sam Altman on AGI and superintelligence. Time articles, and it's January 8th. Come on, it was too old, really. Okay, and let's see. Oh, I forgot. New models. Less on AI edX. Policy change. Okay, now it will work on that research. Let's wait and we can review Grok. Oh, Grok, by the way, investigated 94 sources, really, and it's for free. Cool. Research suggests OpenAI is advancing toward AGI with their O3 model potentially integrating into GPT-5. Even it's not confirmed yet. It seems like Google has released Veo, a new generative AI video model has content creation capabilities. The evidence leans toward Microsoft introduced Muse, a generative AI for gameplay, exciting for game developers. Yeah, I heard that. It's a cool news. We need to read more about it. Opens AGI and GPT-5. So it's not only for gameplay and not for maybe I misinterpret that word with something else, not Muse, but something on M, and it was released recently because it was for real world interaction. It was for robots, for so it was for some IoT devices, not only for AI for game development. AGI, okay, generate AI for videos, high qualities, text to image prompts. Muse. Survey note, a comprehensive analysis of recent AI news. This report provides a detailed examination of recent development in artificial developments, methodology and source selection. The investigation began by searching for recent AI news using queries like recent AI news, latest news on AGI, latest generative AI news, and specifically AI news smart source include dedicated AI news platforms, Okay, efforts were made to verify the accessibility of sources. Nice. Key findings. OpenAI progress toward AGI with O3 and GPT-5. Google and Microsoft Muse. Microsoft Muse. Additional research breakthrough from Science Daily. A research team demonstrates world's smallest shot-in game inspired by classic arcade games. Robot can change shape to alter its own physical properties. It's cool. Inspired hopping hexapods, walking, jumping robots, pushing boundaries of small robots, and so on. Now let's, while we still wait some results from GPT deep research, let's see about Microsoft research blog Muse action model, of course. Yeah, it's basically for Muse. Let's see latest models from Microsoft. Yeah, I have a search.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. So, hey, man, how are you? What's in your mind and so on? Right now, we are looking for recent AI news from different sources, and we're looking into something developed by Microsoft in recent days. I've heard about some new development, but probably it's not very public yet. It's surely not Muse. It's surely not Majorana, which is cool, but I'm not ready to talk about it in very big details because I couldn't say how cool it is. because it's in very complex field of quantum computing. And yeah, right now I don't see any cool other models from Microsoft in recent days. I believe I saw it in LinkedIn in some post, but without remembering the exact name of technology, I probably couldn't search that. Okay, still we have some time till GPT 4.5 would be completed. So we could look into Claude engine, into Claude code engine right now. For that, we just can go and run our local WSL, because Gemini Claude code could execute only in WSL context. And probably we just need to go to home. Interesting. Now let me try to execute WSL, because something is wrong with that WSL. Okay, now it's couldn't be executed immediately. It's gathering some news, so gathering some details. Even I have installed it here. Maybe it's requires some more to be executed. As you see right now, not sure why it's going on here, because we already executed WSL here. But yeah, I couldn't run it right now. Oh, nice. It's basically trying to be executed. It looks differently than on my other machine. I don't know. It doesn't look like my WSL. Let's look from here what we can do with WSL. Let's try not to use ChatGPT right now. And let's just see. Do we have something like list or something, just to see what we have? Okay. Let's use list. Windows subsystem for Linux Ubuntu. Let's say set default, and let's just say Ubuntu. Another Ubuntu is default, and if we execute WSL, okay, that one looks better. So if I'll say cd home, and here romantic, of course, here I can get my system right now. And for that, we can go to my GitHub account, which is at my system, for which I use in my streams and to process the videos and everything. And of course, I can use that link. And let's see if I have some repository here. So do I have Git? Yes. And I just can say git clone that thing, and it will create a folder called YouTube AI Helper. And in that folder, it would have local YouTube and everything else. So what's next? The next thing would be to use cloud code. Let's see if we already received some report. GPT 4.5 Orion released. Interesting that it has name Orion, its internal name. It's always nice to know the internal names. It can put some light on the things around here. Yes, the new generative AI models is offered a research preview to users of Pro, reflecting bigger is better strategy in scaling models. Yeah, I like that it's use some summaries and they look pretty cool. Early benchmark showed mixed result and Excel slightly in language task but was outpaced by OpenAI smaller O3 mini models. Reasoning model. The complement is flagship GPT series OpenAI released O3 mini cost-effective reasoning models, but it was, months ago. Deep Research Automated Research Agent, February 2. Deep Research. Come on, it's very old news. 23rd. Anthropic Claude 3.5 Sonnet Hybrid Reasoning Model. And it's really cool because it's something we still looking into that. And you see it's Claude Code also. And we can use that link to actually go and try to use Cloud Code on our code space. Try Cloud. No, we need try Cloud API because it's on that space. I think API and developer docs. And we're looking into Anthropic get started. Cloud Code overview. And let's see if we can install it right now with npm install. Oh, of course, we don't need that. Okay, it looks like it's already installed. So the thing we need to execute, probably it would be just Cloud. Nice. Okay, let's see the news. I haven't finished them. Of course, price, even if it's unchanged, it's not the smallest one. So yeah.
As for the stream, yeah, it was nice to learn from the stream about a new Google video generating tool, which is of great interest to me.
Okay, I need to read some of your comments because looks like it decided not to announce some of them to me because maybe on the sensitive topics. Could be better. Pretty shocked with Zelensky behavior yesterday in the Oval Office. The guy just so trapped with the ego, not thinking of the consequences. That's definitely a strong opinion. It's my model, it's my chatbot running GPT-4 mini model, which was trained in times of President Biden. You should take that into account. It can be frustrating to see political actions that seem disconnected from the people's needs. What do you think? As for the stream, yeah, it was nice to learn from stream about new Google video generating tool, which is a great interest to me. Cool. Also, it's not only Google and of course Sora from OpenAI, but we talk about Van 2.1, which you can run on your local machine. Of course, that is Google Collab where we try to execute it. But actually, if we go to their website, when no, it's not their website. Where is their blog? Blog, probably here it is. So it's something you can download on your local machine, and if you have at least some power locally, or you can deploy it somewhere, you can receive some video generation tool which run locally, which doesn't have any limitation or in terms of the content you're using, the images you're using to start creation, and so on. And it's create pretty insane results, and it's completely free. It's like DeepSeek but in video. So hopefully it would appear on some more accessible platforms soon. Right now you need to do some steps like our own servers where you can run it if you don't have enough compute power at home, but it's provide pretty cool results. Hopefully they will extend it and will try people for free to use that on their website, but it's really cool. So it's completely open source. Yeah, so Chinese guys doing bad things for some giants, exposing something for free, which others just taking a lot of money for usage. Okay, let's see what is the latest report from our deep research. So we talked slightly about Cloud 3.7 Sonnet, about R1 and R2 coming soon. Yes, it's a good news, but it first one launched, I believe, in early January, so it's not new news. Yes, they use cut price for selling their API capabilities in time when it's not used a lot. It's also recent news. But about R2 model, they say it was originally in May, but it would be much earlier. So we will wait, because most probably they also release it for free, and it will be another shocking news for in AI industry, of course. Alibaba Qwen 2 Max with DeepSeek. Yeah, it's another model. It's not free, but you can use it for free on their website. So Alibaba and delivered its new version of model Qwen 2.5. And it's, yes, I said, it outperforms highly acclaimed V3 model. Thank you, Stanislav, for visiting my stream and to having good conversation.
Thanks.
You see, my chatbot decided to announce your message. I'm afraid that it's not reliable. So, but yeah, it's decided to, okay, why not? So let's finish with the news. So. And Gemini, again, we already discussed that news about Light. It was pretty recent news. It's very, very cheap from Google, and they allow you to use it for free in their free tier. And yeah, they are cool because they have a huge context window. Normally, huge context window not comes free or charged. Sometimes models forgetting something inside that big context window somewhere in the middle. But if it work, every new model, it's work better and better. So it's always a cool thing. Grok 3, which is smartest AI, is just a term, not reality, but it was cool, and the coolest thing, you can use it for free as well, which is provide you a very good options here. If you just need to use AI, you can use a lot of tools, including Grok 3, which is here. And as I said, I don't have any plan but I can use Grok 3 beta for free, even including deep research and sync modes, attaching some files and everything. We can use DeepSeek, we can use Qwen, models for free, and all the new models which are coming. Of course, we can use ChatGPT for free. It would be limited to some amount of chats or to messages, of course. And every new model we can use for free, of course, extend the capabilities of what we can do, and it will increase that race between leaders in the AI markets. Everyone will try to provide you better models for cheaper prices, just for you to stay with that platform, just for you to start using their APIs if you build something, and so on and so on. Of course, it's all for our best. From one side, of course, because from other side, it could be, So let's look at the code and our text. We need to use some scheme, and now we need to try to log into our console Anthropic account. For some reason, it doesn't do it for us, so let me enter here. Let me move from my screen. Oh, actually, it's already authorized. I think it will try to use all my, all my accounts or something, but yeah. So login successful. So initially, we just need to read some of those, instructions, how to start a new bug for Cloud Code, everything that we need to be quite specific, clear our context when we start something new. And I think, do you trust these files? Yes, I trust these files. So, and first of all, of course, we need run or help for help, or we need to start initializing our project with Claude. Claude will create some basic file about our project, about description of some files, what they're doing, when they need to read and everything. And basically it will go through all the files. Hopefully it will not go through all my video files and it can ignore them, but let's see. Because we have git ignore where we could put all our output files like videos, etc., etc. So let's see. It shouldn't take a long time because that project is pretty small. So it understand how to install the project, how to do several things like full process, download, transcribe, improve, process prompt, update, YouTube, and generate discussion starters, how to use LiveBot, Live Transcriber, code style guidance. And yes, we need to create that file in Claude. Let's review that file very quickly. So we have another file here. No, we don't have another file. Probably we can start Visual Studio Code with our YouTube AI helper. Of course, oh, it's not here. It's not here. Why? Because, we just created new file, not here. So we just need, say, we want to open workspace from file, probably. Can we go to Linux, to Ubuntu, and probably it would be user? No, it would be home, romantic, and YouTube. Let's try to open. Okay, we need to open folder, probably. New, open folder. And let's try to use folder like that. Select folder. And Let's allow that. Do you want to save changes somewhere? No. Don't save. So we're opening exactly the same project as we work with Claude Code right now. So we can see all the changes it done immediately. And we see that it's generated Cloud Code MD, which is Markdown. And actually, I expect more things for it to do. So it just say that YouTube helper commands and guidelines. It says that how to install and do everything. And here it uses some very basic code style guidelines. So not huge file, of course, not huge file. But yeah, let's see. What would be our next questions? Basically, we had some recommendation from Claude before. Do you remember? Yeah, the thing is that our previous recommendations are, so we need to open file and go to our previous folder for that. So of course it wouldn't be on Linux, but it would be on our C disk, and it would be it's our C disk, and it's on our projects. It would be romantic developer. It would be to be a helper. And probably here. So do we have something like and it show all files. So looks like we then don't have recommendations here. Maybe they are in our Grok 3 recommendation here. Oh, it's a recommendation from Grok 3, but we have some recommendation from Claude as well, I believe. Yeah. So let's try to see with some oh, it's not for that file. Oh, I'm sorry, it's for different project. Okay, let's go and ask some very basic thing. What are your generic recommendation about how to improve the code or how to add new capabilities which would be highly evaluated by our users? We did several mistakes, but it should be fine because the systems, all the LLMs are fine with our small human mistakes, at least for now. So it will analyze the code base structure and understand its purpose, architecture, carried capabilities, focusing on something. So it's doing now, you see, it's understanding each file. Probably that task is not the cheapest one, because of course it's yeah, it's use 34,000 of tokens. It used 8 tools, and it took about 30 seconds. So I like that type of statistics. And if I'm not mistaken, it always has something like cost, which show how much actually we are spending in our session. So if I see the cost for this session, which has counted for 16 minutes and about for 1 minute 29 seconds of actual execution time of models. We are spending already 35 cents, close to 36 cents just for initializing our mod and to provide answers on very basic questions, let's say that. So are you going to pay that? I'm not sure, but yeah, let's do it investigation, because if it can do task really as agent, of course it's worth it, because you will pay much more for any person outside your home, of course. And maybe you don't want to provide that code to someone who can steal it or use it not to best of your thing for your ideas and so on and so on. Add a simple GUI for less technical users. Implement multi-language support for global context creator. Nice. Add fine-tuning capabilities for specific content niches. Create content analytics dashboard with performance metrics. Add batch processing for multiple videos. Actually, I already have that. Integrate content moderation safeguards. Implement smart thumbnail generation user video frames. Can you save your recommendation as a separate MD file? So just not lose it, yes? Why we do need to do it ourselves if we recommendation MD technical enhancement. By the way, it's provided some technical enhancement here. Caching system for frequently used operations, improved error handling, Docker containerization for easier deployment, webhook integration for workflow automation, enhanced YouTube API integration for comments community, local model optimization for lower resource usage. Of course, let's create that. Can you create first version of, please? So let's ask implement something and beautiful for us and very cool and very modern, let's say that. Let's smart thumbnail generation. We don't ask about just thumbnail generation, we ask about smart thumbnail generation. So let's see if it can do that. What I've seen with my other project, project related to work, it was much more bigger, and even with simpler task, it's trying to hit some limits in their context size. Context size, it's about 128k tokens, which would be about maybe 80,000 characters in code. So yeah, for big project, it's not so cool, but when you can divide your work into smaller projects and smaller and very well-described task, it always will help. Right now, I couldn't call that task is well-described. Just smart thumbnail generation, but it have some context because it's know something about it, yes? So it did some analysis. It used 7 tools, and it used some number of tokens. So it created a new file, thumbnail generation. And you see, right now it doesn't provide me a lot of options. It's a, do you want to create thumbnail generation? And I can say yes, yes, and don't ask again, and no, and tell Claude what to do differently. So let's review it very quickly, just to understand what it's trying to do. So it's identifies some class. It uses a client. It uses some utilities from our utilities method. It uses OS, login, numpy, random, and JSON, which is very well described libraries. Also, it uses CV2, which I'm not too aware about that library. Again, please don't judge me. I'm not Python developer at all. I just start using Python during those streams. And probably to use from some peel library, image, draw, image font, just to work with image data, which looks legit. So in config, in init, it initialize config video folder and load config and initialize AI client. In load configs, it's do in that config pass, it load in thumbnail config txt, read it, and it looks some default config like num candidate frames, frame selection method, font size, font color, overlay opacity, position, max candidates. Probably about max candidates, it's how many frames we will pick from num candidate frames, how many frames we will pick from the video, and how many results we will generate. Extract video frames. So self video pass num frames 10. Let's see. Video capture. Okay. And it's calculate total. Okay, CV is to load video file actually. I understand. And then it gets some properties. Go look in some frames count, FPS, duration, save start and save end, so it not getting the first frame or not last frame. Divide into number of intervals, extract that frames and add them to the collection of frames and return them. Score frame, we use some to array and we look grayscale, we calculate contrast, we calculate brightness, we calculate sharpness, and using some combo score and return score for each frame, which would be prefer high contrast, moderate brightness, and high sharpness. And score would be about 0.4 of contrast, 0.3 of brightness, and 0.3 of sharpness. Maximum sharpness, maximum brightness, and maximum contrast, which looks good. Select best frames, so we just return all the frames and return how many? 1. Add text overlay, it's we just drawing on the image. Generate thumbnail, we just looking for any MP4 or some files. Looking for video pass, we try to extract some frames, get the best frames, and looking if we have already file with title txt, and if it exists we open it. If not, we try to use summary and we try to generate thumbnail, read. Else we don't have any of those files, title, summary, or thumbnail. We create a short custom prompt, create a short, engaging, and thumbnail text max 8 words based on this content summary. Oh, so we expect that summary, or we expect that prompt template. Otherwise, we create it. Okay. And prompts where we in config folder. Okay, makes sense. And generate video title. I'd only maybe replace title it for not for thumbnail, but maybe I put some of this check before title here. Okay, thumbnail folder, create dirs if not exist, thumbnail pass, for frame score, and enumerate base self-config max candidates. Okay, convert, thumbnail, save. You know, overall it looks good. So I mean, it's not something we couldn't get without the tool, but you know, we don't need to We don't need to copy paste and solve all the issues and go back here and return here, etc., etc. Of course, the only thing which is do is taking our money, but you see it's go through all the files. So it goes from main Python, it's go from yeah, it's generate some thumbnail txt. So it's generate some thumbnail config. So it's do a lot of changes. It's do update a lot of files. It's go to downloader. It's go to main py. And yeah, it's did everything. It's updated even our dependencies, requirements txt, added everything which we need. So it's even updated readme. So, and it's a short summary of what it done. Create a thumbnail generator that do all of that which we reviewed. Edit configuration files here. Integrated with main workflow. Edit command line option for standalone thumbnail generation. Include in the full process workflow. Edit required dependencies to requirements txt. Updated documentation to showcase new feature. This feature now allows users to generate engaging thumbnails automatically as part of their video processing workflow. So let's see how much it was cost us. So another 30 cents. We spent another 30 cents to generate it. So we're still below $1. And maybe it's not much at all, including quality of the code and everything. So what we want to do, let's go here. We can click manage and save repositories, of course, and we can see all the changes it's generated. Right now, of course, we have two files which Cloud created for itself, recommendation which we asked it to create, and it did some changes to our main py. It include into our full process, add new parameter, generate thumbnail, and if it generate thumbnail, we just ask the generation thumbnail. Also, if model is full process, it also include generate thumbnail before we update YouTube. And if just generate thumbnail, we go and for looking for a folder and go and create generation, and then we say thumbnail saved at the pass. So doing even more logins than before. And of course, we updated readme with probably not here. Basic commands. I don't see the change here. I see the change here, but I don't see that change. So it's a local YouTube AI helper Python readme untracked. Let's look at readme. So in my case, readme file probably was from the big letter. Open changes. The only thing I'm not understanding about readme file. Yeah, we saw that config. We saw that in thumbnail based on this video summary. Your title should response with only the thumbnail title text, nothing else. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So let's return here. And what we need to do, Let's think. Right now, I download file, not I, it downloads file from YouTube without video stream, just audio. Let's make it configurable in config, so we could use config to differentiate if we want to download it as audio or as audio plus video MP4 file, for example. And then what we need to do else, probably we should look at their download video false. Get config download video, by default it will be true, and if self-download video, the format would be best video plus best audio, else format would be just best audio best. Okay, it's add another M4A file format, which is cool. And it's added everywhere the download video false as default value. And in shorts, it's added download video true. Nice. In close MD, it's added generate thumbnails, by the way, which is cool. Module structure, keep files modular and single purpose focused. And configuration, set download video true in LM config to download video plus audio instead of audio only. Edit, set by in most configs, set true in short configuration. Edit new documentation cloud, read the settings from config. Okay. So what else? I do want to use title prompt for thumbnail generation first and only if not existing title. How it's called? Not title, but let's see, thumbnail. Okay, I want to use nail prompt for thumbnail generation, not existing title prompt result. Can you please update the code? Read file thumbnail generator. By the way, you know, with that context ready, it's do read exactly what it's need to do. So what are the changes? It's trying to get thumbnail text txt. If we already generated thumbnail, let's use it. Otherwise, generate new thumbnail text. Generate thumbnail text title. Yeah, create completion prompt template format summary. read update. And what is that prompt processor? With 32 additional lines. Process thumbnail prompt. Okay. So what else we need to do? Probably we need to test how everything is working right now. We have thumbnail config and thumbnail text here. And we just need to see if we can create, you know what? Probably I can open that file in Explorer. And why I need to do so? Because I want to copy another file from my C romantic developer projects Python. Basically, I have here local env. I just copy it here. Not here, I'm sorry. Here. And local env is just file with my sum of my details how to connect to some APIs, and looks in our thumbnail config, LLM config. Download video, let's use true. Improve SRT, of course. So let's also try to go to WSL here. Clear. And let's switch to home romantic. It would be YouTube. It would be Python. Local. Of course. And here I believe we need to also create virtual environment, correct? That is not correct readme. That is not correct readme file. Let's review why it doesn't want to show me what it has as readme file. So if we go here to Python and we have readme md, and it's pretty big file. You see how it was able to overwrite it. Okay, we'll go to that slightly later. Let's create here our environment, and we will use some of our local file in WSL. Okay, and click OK. So we created virtual environment here. and I'm looking for, it's called venv. Activate. Oh, scripts. Activate. No. It's all different here in Linux. Activate. We have it. Interesting. Just because it doesn't. I'm sorry. So we have venv scripts activate, and it doesn't want to permission denied. And it says script activate, and it's basically looks like that bash file. So it's not activate bat, activate ps1, of course. Maybe it's because we haven't created that to the end. Again, till this moment we worked only in Windows. So or maybe we can execute it right here. UNC pass not support default Windows directory, really? Ubuntu. Here, by the way, it's interesting because it's it's support, I mean, it's in that virtual environment, but it doesn't support the path, so we couldn't execute that. So most probably we probably need to some help of our script or any LLMs. Couldn't create connection to service. Now I finish startup. Okay, and if we view our No, we don't need Copilot. We need output view testing output. Control Shift U. Oh no. We need our not output. We need our terminal. I'm trying to use romantic, and if we use command prompt, still. I am trying to test it. I've created env file in root, env folder in root. How to activate it in WSL? Simple question. It should provide us answer without looking into a lot of details. Okay, we need to use that dot. Source and pass. If that doesn't work, try that. So change to VN when activated. Okay, now it's activated. Okay, now we can run something like Python. Let's check if it's work. Python 3 main py. We need install pip install our requirements. Oh really? Yeah, we need to update our instructions for Ubuntu as well. Yes. So installing Anthropic Claude lead us into installing WSL, lead us into looking into world of developing inside the Ubuntu, its own syntax and everything. Yeah. So we installed pip, and now pip this environment external management install Python packages system-wide. Try to apt install package I trying to install. If you want to install non-Debian, create virtual environment using Python 3, then make sure you have Python full installed. Let's ask. I see this error when I try to install packages. It should be simple. This happens because you're in Debian-based WSL with Python restrictions. So let's set up a proper virtual environment first. Check your Python installation. Make sure you have Python 3 full. Let's fix it. Okay, connecting, working, installing. Remove the existing VN, of course. We still not have installed it fully. So including environment, and then we need to install it new one. I thought the WSL comes with everything pre-installed like Python, and that's it, but you see with not exactly right Python, or how to call it. Okay, now we need to create proper environment. Then we need to externally managed environment error. Okay. Then we need to source. And then we need to execute that. Probably we need to deactivate it first. Is it possible? Okay, now it's working fine. Okay, we are close to test that. We are close to test that thing. And hopefully if we commit it and get on our Windows machine, it will work the same way. But with that few steps, we are sure that we can run our code anywhere on Windows machine with Windows, Python and everything, or in Unix kind of machine. In that case, we're running it still on Windows, but inside WSL environment, which basically some virtual machine inside Windows machine. Okay, and what is that? Sound lib, simple audio, couldn't build, which is required in style by project top-based project. Let's see if it can help us with that. So install a libsound dev. Let's install that. Then again, install requirements. So if you're not planning to use that live audio features right away, you can also install everything except simple audio. Accept. This will let you proceed with testing the thumbnail generation without audio component. Nice. But now we should be able to install even everything, including libsound. Okay. And simple audio generation. Have you even used it? Probably yes. I remember some files we still trying to use it. So now if I say Python main py, couldn't find fmpeg account default into fmpeg may not work. Okay, looks like we're still missing something in our installation. Let's see. Let's fix both. Missing fmpeg. Oh yes, continue. And uninstall the compatible version. Did it update my requirements txt, by the way? uninstall OpenCV Python, install. Oh. Okay, uninstall, install. And then install. Do I need to update requirements txt? I did mistakes, but hopefully it will find the issue. Let's install OpenCV Python, and let's install that. Please do this. Okay, let's check if Python, if we can execute our code now. From utilities import create dir if not exist. Of course, it looks like a mistake from that tool which doesn't create method in utilities or use a method which we already know. Let's go to our utilities. So let's try to use terminal with command prompt. Probably not. We need to use probably something like bash. Main. Do we have something like just bash or something? I'm trying to see if we can use any terminal which can be inside env. Oh, we need scripts. Okay. It's called bin. Okay. 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 Now we can execute it from anywhere we want. And the problem here with our utilities and utilities which doesn't exist file which is create if not exist or something like that. Why it's even decided it exists? System cannot find the path specified black. Oh, running black formatter. Okay. So let's fix that issue. Updated readme. Okay, with readme we can do it later. You know, we say that must use NIMFI Z version OpenCV. external system dependencies, of course, troubleshooting, of course. And let's see if we can fix the own issue. Yeah, it's reading for utilities. Created new method, which is, by the way, very simple, just to make dirs. I've added. Of course, let's see if it can do that once again. At least it looks like working now. At least it looks like working. So let's try to find any quick text, I believe. Short story. Bear is nice. Let's copy a link and let's, where is my prompt here? Python, let's say main py full process and video, no, without quotes, like that. So main py, you see, of course, it's better to use TDD. Oh, I mean, not here, of course. I mean, insert it in Cloud Code so it can fix it. Of course, it would be beneficial if we can already have all the unit test when we add new functionality, so we can execute it and see if it works well or not. Because otherwise, we will see that defects over and over again. And of course, that code is trying its own best, but you see, it's not always as simple to do all of those, because yeah, it forgot to, so it cannot analyze all the code branches, all the code if then else, and everything, just to make sure that it will not fail any, it will not produce any issues with the added a lot of new code. So, but hopefully it can help it. So let's see what it did. I fixed that issue with AI client initialization in thumbnail generator and also added the missing thumbnail configuration files for all configuration folders. Here what I did. Updated. Fixed AI client initialization by properly using config. This ensures AI client is properly initialized. Edit thumbnail config to all configuration folders. Edit thumbnail txt prompt templates for all configuration prompt folders. Use it a shorter, more punchy style for short thumbnails. Use it as standard format for regular video thumbnails. Now you should be able to run a test thumbnail generation with a specific video folder. You can use Python generic thumbnail pass to folder. Replace containing video file and summary txt. Okay, let's see what it cost us. So we already at $2 at this session. And of course, it's maybe for someone, it's a big amount of money. But come on, okay, you know what? Let's just call clear and use our main pine full process. So successfully initialized client. We use GPT for OR. Saved video details. Download audio only. Oh, really? And why it's so? You know, I believe I understand what's going on here. Why it says downloading only audio? Because I have... So let's remove that file right now. Yes. So, and in configuration we have generic, but I need to put in local environment that I want to use generic configuration. Let me do that very quickly. I just don't want to show everything. Generic default configuration. Okay, let's try do it once again, because I copied my local N from previous machine, from previous folder, and of course it used some default folders, including folder where I should read config from, and it was generic Azure, which not exist here. That's why it used GPT-4o instead of GPT-4o mini and other stuff. Now saved video details to downloading video here, and we are downloading it in Ubuntu with ffmpeg. Are we doing that? What else do we have here? Clear, compact, config, cost, doctor, exit, help, init, get comments from a GitHub pull request, bug review, review a pull request, approved tools, list of currently approved tools, logout. Let's see approved tools. Won't ask before using these tools. No approved tools. Oh, of course, of course. Oh, by the way, we can use that as a bash mode. I see, and we can execute something here without using the power of cloud code. Ubuntu. It will execute it once again. I believe it don't want to convert it into OGG file format for some reason. Now it won't. So it was failed on OGG. Probably I need to fix some of my code so it would be really multi-platform, because I didn't see any issues running it forever in Windows machine, but you see in those machine for some reason it's stuck, and once I re-executed it once again, it's now past that barrier. Okay, so we generated a failure to extract frames from video. Your platform doesn't support hardware acceleration AV decoding. Missing sequence header. Let's look what we have here. So it's our Ubuntu. Let's refresh the folder. We have videos, we have Bear and English, and we have that file which is MP4. And looks like we can read it, at least on my Windows machine. And it will load
the bear and tries to hit the bee.
So looks like it looks good. So we have summary, prompt, description, thumbnail, txt. I got issues. Okay, I've sent my specific issues to the Claude code and see if it can help me. Again, I believe it's designed to work in Ubuntu. Not every code it generates it's work fine because okay. So, and what it does, it use ffprop, of course. It use some external tools for that, looks like. So instead of using some library, it tried to use some, as you see, it tried to use some subprocess which basically execute ffmpeg with also parameters and where to save it, and then it will open, read it, close, and probably even then can drop that file. Yeah, remove all the files. So yeah, it removed previous logic, replace it with new logic. So yeah, let's see how it will goes. Okay, it add try accept. Okay, it add more fail-safe logic now. You know, maybe, yeah, if it's everything is set up properly, we really could save a lot of time. Especially as I said before, we have some test, and we use test first development pattern, TDD. Oh, really? It's append by drawing semi-transparent background for text. It wasn't before. Oh. So, edit fallback mechanisms for video frames. First, tries OpenCV. Falls back to direct FFmpeg calls. Both methods are open with error handling. Nice. Edit text-based thumbnail generation. Created a colored background with text if no video frames can be extracted. Uses 5 different background colors for variety. Works even if no video file is available. Nice. Improved error handling through robust error handling, graceful fallbacks, better login. Nice. Restructured the code for maintainability. Split thumbnail text generation into its own method. Added helper method for different generation approaches. Better handling of missing files or invalid inputs. Of course. So now, if you will look, we see the same thumbnail generator, but it would be now slightly bigger than before. So it's alone. Pretty nice. Some background colors. It's about 500 lines it's about 500 lines. And if we see now, it's did a lot of, okay, it's just because we don't have env in our git ignore here. So, but probably we have it in here, git ignore. So let's just token. Let's just add the env, probably like that. That should work. You see, we have a lot of files from different libraries from the env. Oh, I see. But it's on that level. Let's just refresh it. Okay, 41 files. Slightly better. Let's try to use its changes like properly organized. Okay, we remove configuration, videos, and we have not so much files. So of course utilities with new method, generation 500 lines, slightly updated requirements, readme md. It's of course bigger than previous, but it's because it's tried to make it the capital R, which hide all the previous text. We will ask it to fix it later. Prompt processor. And if it's for thumbnail for pass, thumbnail, if pass exists, summary, self-process thumbnail pros, summary file folder. So we run thumbnail after we run everything else. Okay, not the best approach, but okay, we can work on that later. Main in downloader py, we know all that settings. So not so many, not huge amount of changes. So what we can execute, how to execute thumbnail generation on a folder in videos. Right now it wouldn't be big, hopefully it will. So it's what I expect and understand what folder I want. And let's try Python main config generic generate thumbnail home romantic. Yeah, it's full pass, but it's fine. And let's see if it can execute it. Loading. The following argument are required. Folder. No such file, or of course Python. Let's look at our folder. Let's try copy relative path. So we can remove config folder, generate thumbnail, probably we need also, we just start need with videos. File not found, no such file or folder. Let's try different slash. Okay, so it's failed, but it's haven't stopped. It generated 3 another thumbnails. And videos, thumbnails. Okay, it generated 3 thumbnails. It just extracted thumbnails in separate folder. I don't see text on them. Let's see if we have title, thumbnail, transparent, thumbnail prompt txt. I see the file thumbnail prompt txt in video folder. So of course it's I mean that it doesn't generate proper thumbnails for me with the text. If I'll open it, Chpech, it would be the same file, I believe, without the text. It's what I mean. Okay. Let's let it sync. I think I created my problem pretty well. So okay. Update thumbnail generator, thumbnail prompt pass, thumbnail text. Okay, prompt txt. Now it's did better. If pass exists, read it. Thumbnail pass. Okay. Yes. So now looks like it's still trying to find my thumbnail in some different paths. Oh, you see what it's trying to do? It's trying to execute it. Okay. And now it's trying to execute it, activate and load. So activate and load, go to Python main, do that, the same thing, and see if it will satisfy. So now it's trying to test the program, actually test the program. Now it generated saved thumbnails. And it's trying to read the thumbnails now. And of course, let's see. But let's go and see what we see right now. I believe it's exactly the same. So there are thumbnails without images on them, without text on them. Open the thumbnail is now work properly. You can see from the logs. OpenCV extract failed due to OK. The system properly handled it, failing back to another method using existing thumbnail prompt text with text. Successfully generated 3 thumbnails with this text overlay. The thumbnails are saved into the thumbnails. Since we couldn't extract frames from a video. Okay. Okay. So hopefully it can happen only also because it couldn't override the files already. Maybe I blocked somehow. Let's remove thumbnails and let's try to execute that once again. Generate thumbnail. Loading. Warning. Thumbnail saved. Using existing thumbnail text, bear with B, who wins. So that is promising. So let's look at very quickly here. Thumbnails generator. So let's start with main. It would be better. Parse argument. And we are in the stage when we give generate thumbnail video. And we generate thumbnail. And let's go here. Let's restart. I couldn't go to no items match your search. Interesting that we don't have interpreter. Which is XZ. Okay, maybe it's because it's Visual Studio Code. Oh, it's like doesn't use WSL actually. So it's just opens that file from my like local folder. Oh, I see. That's why it's did so badly. I see. Okay, it's my fault again. My fault. I work with the Visual Studio in WSL, but it was like, you know, set up one separation, and after that it's always worked like a charm. So of course you okay, don't show, close, open, connected to remote, open folder, and we go to YouTube AI helper. Okay, and now it's open in Ubuntu, and yes, I trust. And if I go to main, okay, and now if we can go to generate thumbnail, okay, let's go directly because we haven't installed all the tools yet. Thumbnail generator, init, load, config, extract, extract, score frame, select, add text overlay, generate thumbnails. Okay, if not video files, okay, frames, file failed to extract, thumbnail folder pass, create dir if not exist, okay, best frames, thumbnail, add text overlay, thumbnail save, add text overlay. Oh, I see thumbnail text. Oh, I see. Of course. We need to look always very carefully. You see that here we have our thumbnail text. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, maybe it's not cool, but it's at the bottom, of course. But we can somehow work with that, correct? So if we go to our configurations and say generic and say thumbnails config, and we can say, I don't know, it would be 250. Font color overlay opacity, let's no 0.6. Max candidates. Oh, let's use 4. Frame selection method, of course. And what if we execute that command once again? Yeah, it's going to fail, we already know, but now it should add the text and resave the thumbnails. So if you go, no, it's the same thumbnails. Maybe I didn't put refresh or something. Let's click refresh. So we see thumbnails, which are very similar first and Z, but text very small here. Very, very small. Oh, you even couldn't see the text because of my head, I see now. Yeah. Thumbnail generic. Thumbnail config. 240. Let's look for font size. Config. Config folder, thumbnail config, txt. Thumbnail config, txt. Font size, okay. And here, words, load, text box, font, equal font, line height, lines, draw. Font, self-config, font size. Let's put something like logger. Do we have logger here? Login. Yes, we have. Login. And debug. Not in 4. And we use select interpreter Python login in 4 using a font with size. Okay, the only thing that we will use that single quote here just to not break everything. And let's see what we will have here. Open. Let's go to the app and see what's before that. Loading. Loading improves successfully. OpenAI model will be used GPT-4 mini. Loading configuration. So most probably we need to find here using existing text, generating for thumbnails candidates. So for some reason, add text overlay. Maybe login info using and default font. Of course, using a default font means that we will use also a default size. And let's wait. So looks like our Arial font not present here. Oh, of course. So I think we achieved something today. Yes, we achieved thumbnail generation. Probably it's good to add to repository, and probably it will work much smoother on my Windows machine, of course. What I want to achieve here, I want to make it working on Ubuntu and then verify in our Windows machine. So to make sure that this code will work for everyone. And of course, today we already mostly 2.5 hours into the stream. So yeah, it become a very long stream. So I believe I'll finish my stream right now, and we will continue our experiments next time when we have some time. So with that, but you see, Whisper is pretty cool locally, and I'm telling that it use latest, most complex Whisper model, which is Turbo, and even on my computer, it's working just fine. Without any issues, without stopping me, and without eating a lot of memory, a lot of CPU power or GPU power. So it's cool. So what we'll do, we'll finish our stream right now with my usual wishes to you of love, wisdom, light, and endless learning and developing yourself and going through all the lessons of life gratefully and gracefully. And let's meet again on my next stream. Maybe it will not be as long, and maybe we'll just discuss some few news of do some few experiments, and truly we'll soon continue that cloud code experimentation. And what I can say is that today with cloud code we achieved some cool results. It could fix multiple defects. It could help us how to do everything. And we spent about $3. Let me just double check how many exactly. Yeah, under $3, and it worked for us. Let me show you. Okay, and it worked for us more than 10 minutes.
Thanks. Best wishes.
Oh, thank you, Stanislav. Best wishes to you too. So mostly 3 minutes, and how independent that agentic developer could be, you seen yourself on not on very complex project. Yeah, we still couldn't achieve what we exactly need, but again on some even more simpler projects, of course it will be a great help. So that's it, guys. See you. Have a great day. Goodbye.